Ladies and gentlemen, scholarships are quite common in educational life, and for some students, scholarships are something they really want. Scholarships are one of the government aids or way to contribute in the realm of education. The scholarship itself is very helpful in supporting education in Indonesia. Data shows that scholarship assistance has reduced the dropout rate in Indonesia for these past few years. While the number of financial problems in Indonesia is still a very difficult thing to change from year to year. That is the reason why many students are financially deficient and decide to stop continuing their education. What is happening today is that those who have financial problems do not receive proper education. On the contrary, those who can support it financially actually get a very good education. Discriminatory problems like this have become things that are often encountered. Another problem is that scholarships are now more supportive to students who excel. Most of outstanding students are people with sufficient finance. They are given private lessons by their parents so that they get good grades and are categorized as outstanding students. While, on the other hand, students who are poor cannot afford to pay money for tutoring. It makes their knowledge more lagging behind. This is the reason why students with less financially difficult to get scholarship due to lack of achievement. In a pandemic situation like today, financial assistance is very influential in the lives of students. To participate in learning activities, students must spend money so as not to be left behind. They have to buy several devices such as cell phone or laptops. Not only that, even students almost every day spend more money to buy internet quota. Maybe things like this are not a problem for students with sufficient finance, while for students with insufficient finance, this is a quite difficult thing. Therefore, financial assistance from the government in situations like this is very influential to support education in Indonesia. With this motion, the scholarship will help students who are less well off financially to get a better education, and will help the government to be able to provide education equally. This motion will also help students with financial problems not to despair in continuing their education so that in the future they will have a better life. Students also don't need to be afraid or hesitate to continue their education to prestigious school or favorite schools while thinking of their financial problems. If this motion implemented, of course it will reduce the number of financial problems in school, as well as reduce the dropout rate in every school in Indonesia, so that in the future the realm of education in Indonesia will be better. If this motion is implemented, Indonesia education will be able to catch up with other countries. People will have a high education so that welfare can be achieved in people's life. This will certainly help people Indonesia. This will certainly help Indonesia some other problems if people have higher education equally, such as overcoming the increase in the unemployment rate, which continues to increase every year. With sufficient education, everyone will get a good job and even create a new jobs. But if this motion is not implemented, the dropout rate in Indonesia will continue to increase every year. then education will become uneven because the gap between the knowledge of the rich and the poor is keeping far. If these things continues to happen, then people who have financial problems will not continue their education. Then this will further have an impact on the increase in the unemployment rate in Indonesia. This will raise the perspective of the global community that Indonesia cannot overcome poverty in its own country. That's why I critically stand for this motion.